jump from one resource to the other. Like they first of all they use maybe the oil, then they finish all the oil, then they go for fishing, for food, whatever. So I think another thing that would be very important is with the resources, those are used.
If you were or you have that interest, I encourage people that will still be in the meetings of Copenhagen Real Democracy Movement to write it down and try not only to make a document that shows the support of the European or the Spanish Revolution, but to show and point very clear which are the points that this Danish society needs to change and where and how, and start to work on that. I can tell you an example in Spain that comes out from that big movement that of people that ends on calling a demonstration that is the 15th of May movement. Before that, a lot of people were mobilizing because the banks are taking the houses of the people because they cannot pay the money to the bank because they are without the work, without money. So the people started to organize in the neighborhoods to go to the door of that neighbor that is about to lose the house, and they started to say, no, sorry, no police, but it's your right, your human right to have a house. This movement in Spain is not the real democracy movement, it's a consequence. The movement of the people that are fighting for their houses is increasing and becoming stronger because now the people can talk in the real democracy assemblies and they realize which are the real problems they are having. Our problems means the personal problem that you are having with this system that is called democracy, but it's not. And try to find a solution together.
Nice. I'm not satisfied because I cannot just be. I have to go to some kind of school or work to be able to live or have a house or something. I cannot just grow my own vegetables, create my own windmill, and create my own power. I don't want to, I don't want to suck on your blood. I want to be sustainable myself. I want to grow my own vegetables, and I want to create my own power. But I cannot do that in Denmark. Even if I had some property, I couldn't do that. I would have to pay to the state. But why? Are we not free people that can live freely? That's why I'm unsatisfied. Is there any war, poverty, materialism? Is there any reason for you to be unsatisfied? If, mention it, because all the reasons why we are not satisfied is what we need in the manifest. What is it we need to change? What we need to change is what you're not satisfied about.
I think in this moment the real problem is the system and the corruption, because the political said to us the thing we can hear, but it's not the truth. I think they manage us like dolls or something like that. The good point of this manifestation here in Denmark, I'm very happy to give me the opportunity to express myself about this matter. And I think if every citizen can express and do something together for this world, maybe the system, like in America, they don't manipulate all the countries around this world. Like the other colleague said just before me, should be very good if everybody have a house with a garden or growing vegetables or something like that. But even in Europe, a lot of people die about food because they don't have nothing to eat, and even the American system don't want to share the resource to the poor countries like Africa or India or something like that to give them the possibility to growing up his food and don't take away the diamonds and petrol and things like that. Thank you very much.
It's the first time I speak in public, so I'm a little bit shy.
Give her a hand.
For me, the problem with Spain is more a cultural perception of the situation. I mean, first, we are not aware of our rights, we don't know the laws, and we just keep on saying things that we already have as a right, but as far as we are not informed, well, first, this would be the point. We should be more aware of which are our rights and our duties. Second, I think it would be very important if every political with criminal records or who are suspected to be in a criminal activity, they shouldn't be allowed to work. Because in another jobs it's like that, so that would be the first step. Any political maybe involved in a criminal activity, out. He cannot work. And also it would be very important for me, but if you go to Spain and if you say that, they would kick your ass for sure, to put the taxes higher. I mean, I live in Sweden and I've been watching these Swedish people a lot, and the system works because they have high taxes and because they have a very strong mentality of what is done, what is good and what is bad, and they have a very strong perception that if you steal the town, if you don't pay the bus, such a small stupid things, you are fucking the whole society. So first what we have to think is our way of perceiving the things, you know, not because you don't pay the underground, not because you don't pay the taxes, you are making a favor to the world. And I mean, here someone was saying that he wanted to plant his own vegetables and be able to do what he wanted. Come on, be realistic. When you want to go to the hospital, you are using the system. So what we cannot do is, you know, I want to have rights, but I don't want to have duties. It's not like that. I'm sorry. So, you know, don't let politicians work if they have criminal records. That would be the first. And second, be more aware that if the system was transparent, which of course is not, it's better for us if we pay more taxes as if we help each other paying taxes and contributing. And of course, the ones who cheats the system, out. I mean, and I think I might have forgotten a lot of things, but that's enough.
Bravo.
In a way, I believe everybody is doing that duty right now. A lot of people are doing free work everywhere, and we have to advocate this instead of just acknowledging whether the system has a point of view where you have to pay your taxes and everything. Because, of course, I want to pay my taxes if it's for something good. But the hospital system, we can uphold that ourselves. There's no problem, because everybody agrees that, of course, if you're sick, you need to be treated. There's no problem, really. I really believe that we live in a finite system, of course. We already gather all the resources for everybody to need. And I really believe that we should advocate all the time a mandate system on political point of views instead of someone representing us. We need to advocate that. And I know that we cannot advocate this within this system. I really know that. So that is why I think that we see it all the time that everywhere around the world, that people try to block the decisions when they are against them. They try to block and say no and sabotage or strike, whatever. And I know this is like stereotypical, but I really think that this is the only way we can handle the situation, is decentralized. Whenever we see the injustice of this system or whatever, like capitalism, the patriarchy or whatever, to every time we see the system doing any kind of injustice to us, we need to block it and stand together. Tell to your neighbor, like if they get evicted from their house and their furniture gets away, gather that furniture, because if you are 20 people or something, you can't just go there and take the furniture back and put it back into the house. If the police come back, put it away, you can go and do the same thing each and every time, and they will stop doing that thing. So I would only advocate that decentralized action of solidarity. You can do solidarity within countries and everywhere, and I advocate that. But what really matters is the relations between people that are in your reach, to advocate that you actually care about each other, that you do something for each other. And just each and every time you see injustice, do something against it. Yeah.
We meet every Wednesday at 7 in the Studenthuset. Everyone is welcome. We don't make any decision there because all decisions have to be made in the assembly. The only thing we do is try to prepare things for the assembly for any other action, and then we bring all the proposals to the assembly, and the assembly has to put and set and decide if they are acceptable or not. So the idea with the manifest would be to gather on Wednesday and try to make a manifest. Manifest is going to be the idea is going to be like only one page. That's it. And then discuss on the next assembly and see if that's acceptable for if it's possible all of us, or at least the big majority of us. As you said, I totally agree with you. As Rousseau said, every generation should have their own constitution, and here is the same. If we have to change the manifest from time to time, we change the manifest because we are changing different people and different minds, and how we are changing. So now I think we finished the assembly about the manifest, and just the last point would be talking about what actions take further now. The idea is to have an assembly every Sunday. The idea is to have it here every Sunday, maybe not at 7, maybe at 6, 5. We did at 7 today because it was a European mobilization at 7. Anyway, everyone is welcome to join on Wednesday. Does anyone have any idea about any action that we can do apart of assembly and demonstrations? Because this can be a bit boring. Something innovative, something that changing the repertoire. Yeah.
I was thinking about that because I'm looking at the Danish media, and I don't see that a lot of informations are given in the Danish media about the things that are happening in Greece or in Spain. I'm from Greece, and I can see that the only thing that the Danish media are worried about is about the violent demonstrations that they're taking place there, and how Greece ended up like that, and blah 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 and things like that. But I think at least that we can write an article, like every Danish newspaper has a section that people that they read the paper can write their own letter. So maybe we can write a letter to inform people what is going on in Europe, or our ideas about how we want Europe to be. Actually, for me, the most important thing that it should be written in the manifest is that we want our dignity back, right? Because it's a dignity to have a job, it's a dignity to be you can pay your bills, dignity to live alone, and all these things, and we're missing that. And some good things are happening. I mean, a lot of bad things are. We're talking about how difficult the situation is right now in Europe, but there is a very good thing happening right now, that the people are going back into the politics, and they are feeling more secure or more safe to do that. Like right now in Greece, there is a huge demonstration in Syntagma Square, right? And last Wednesday, our government they had a lot of problems because of the demonstrations. That means that the politicians are begun to not to be afraid of people, or to take into consideration that we should hear people. And this is our power, right? That we have to be more visible. But I think that one thing that we can do is writing an article, like stating and inform people that they read the newspapers what is going on and why we are here. Because otherwise it's a little bit narcissistic to meet here and say and agree with each other. But the point is to say to other people why we are here, right? To be a little more open to society. That's my suggestion, at least.
Okay. Let's try to make it practical.
Write an article.
To write small letters to all the Danish media to explain what is going on, so they can be a bit aware. I personally think they are not going to give a shit, but let's give it a try. Why not? No. So it's good. We reach one decision. You see, this is working. This is working.
I would like to encourage everybody to use one of the biggest medias we have in Denmark, Facebook. For instance, I guess not many are Twitter. I know I don't like Facebook in principle, but it's a powerful media, and I would encourage you to make friends with everybody and to stop using Facebook just for playing games and chatting, you know, like now I'm eating hot dog or something, but using it for a political purpose to and read a lot. If you make friends, you will find some people that are very clever and that have very good sense of gathering information from all over that you will never see anywhere else. So it's a very good media, and you should really use it for information gathering and maybe not so much for playing Farmville. I would really encourage that.
Do you know what's the most powerful thing you have? Yourself. Fuck the computer. Fuck the media. Really. Fuck it. Okay? Use yourself, goddammit! You have a voice and you have a body. You can fill up and you can take some space! Okay? Okay, you have temper, you have feelings, you can feel, you can be! Okay? Stop doing shit. Stop doing shit. Start being, okay? Other than that, what can we do? We can perform random acts of love and kindness and foolishness. I mean, raising awareness. Yeah, go write the article to the press. I think it's a good idea. The thing also is that every day on Facebook, we go to all the media's web pages and post news. So they know. Fuck them. Don't write the article. Write the article. Whatever makes you happy, do it. Facebook, a lot of people use it to share links. Please continue to do that. But the most important thing is to use yourself. And it's not to use a keyboard and a screen. That's not you, goddammit! This is you, out here! Go and speak to people that you care about. And, or that you're appearing lame, foolish, uneducated. Who are they to care? Do it yourself. I mean, put your opinions out there and put your frustration out there so that people can actually feel it. When I'm yelling, well, I'm showing my emotions, you can feel it.
Short.
Hello, Copenhagen.
Oh, hi.
I hate to be cynical, but the truth of the matter is, we're not likely to reach a greater group than this, a bigger group than this. Until circumstances become as dire as they are in Spain and Greece, we are not likely to be more people than we are here. However, there is one resource, speaking of resources, there is one resource that is not finite, and that is knowledge. Today, the greatest source of knowledge, one of the greatest sources of knowledge, is WikiLeaks. Through WikiLeaks, we can expose the draconian policies of the Greek and Spanish government and police. I want you to turn your eyes towards that building over there. Not so long ago, the anti-war movement did not have a proper voice. Today, Politiken is cooperating with WikiLeaks. We can do that. We can perform citizen journalism. It requires only one thing, that we are as good or better than the journalists. I see that the Zeitgeist movement is represented here today. Your intentions might be good, but 9/11 conspiracies and lizard people conspiracies are not going to help. We have to keep journalistic principles and values. In doing so, we can gain a voice, we can gain an entrance to the mainstream media. But until then, we cannot. Knowledge is free. Expect us.
Thank you.
Love the mask.
Yes, it would be nice that you maybe could show up at the protest on Wednesday, where the students from the pedagogue seminar, from the teacher seminars, and other educations will be. And I hope this one is a small start. I had another idea to make maybe a protest in Hovedpædagogen, like the students did some months ago. There's also a TV station. We could make a lot of noise. If somebody has some ideas, we hope this would be one action.
If we are claiming for some democracy, we should arrange somehow ourselves the tools. And first of all, we should claim, I guess, for some kind of organization tools. Like we were thinking at the beginning that there should be some way that politicians are the ones who take decisions hear us. But if we are going to take the decisions, we should organize somehow. Like, I think an assembly, I think, is the best way, the most democratic way I see for doing the stuff. So first of all, I think there should be a little bit more of organization in the assemblies. Up to now, like a little bit more times for anyone. Maybe raise your hands and write your name to in order to come to speak. And yeah, I think that yeah, we should claim for some kind of not institutions in the sense that we see these institutions, but creating democracy from below, from each individual, but organized as well. Like, I don't know, it's a really big idea, but beginning for example, this assembly or some other assembly somewhere around in the other quarter or in another city, so that the democracy starts from the individual to the groups, and that's how we should take decisions, not just yeah, just saying our words in the street, or saying that that's also it's also good as well, but to serve with us and to organize and to vote the things, and yeah. And I just wanted to say another things about the resources, that I think they should belong to every of us, not to a nation and not to a company, as some of you said as well before. That yeah, that's all. Thank you.
If I live in a state and it doesn't care about every single individual's welfare, I don't want to fucking live here. If I live in a state that doesn't care about the environment, I don't want to live in it. If I live in a state that doesn't care about my protection and the people I live with is protected,
the right to make laws and has access to make bills or sign bills of a lot of big amounts of money, that it should have a minimum education guaranteed, because they are making big decisions, and right now it's not. They're just like puppets that just talk well, and that's why they are there, but they don't have any kind of degree, and I think it should be crucial. I don't know.
In my opinion, that's actually one of the problems that we have in Denmark. That as we have this rule of the people who know about law and the people who know about economy, but we don't have any people who know about human dignity. We don't really have any people who know about social justice or what you fight for. We just have people who know about economics and law. And that is a real problem. So I would strongly advocate against that. And I would advocate, like, that we advocate any kind of participatory democracy that is based upon cases instead of people representing us. We should be able to make our own decisions on each and every decision, instead of someone representing us as a politician who can just change their will on whatever matter they want.
To bring the ideas, to propose how we can better organize this. That place is not for taking decisions. The decisions, like somebody has said already, are taken here. It's just to try to organize this in a better way. And then I hope to see you all next Sunday. So, thanks!
Oh, fucking awesome!
And then...
Let's make sure that we clean up before we leave.
Tak.
to try and work out what aliens might actually be like. Living on some far-off world. Thinking about aliens perfectly rational.
To believe we really are alone. So to my mathematical brain, the numbers alone
make thinking about aliens perfectly rational. Living on some far-off world.